We are here today with the delegation, Students on Ice alumni delegation at the Canadian Roots Exchange National Youth Reconciliation Conference. Bringing all these different views and all these different perspectives to the table is what makes the alumni network so special. This is all about what the alumni are looking for and making that happen for them. This is by alumni for alumni.
Let's get Caitlin Viking.
Yeah, we just finished our panel, the opening panel at the Canadian Roots Exchange, the 6th annual conference. I felt that I, here representing Students on Ice and also as a young Inuk, had a perspective to share from the North. We have to put a strong foot forward and remind people of who we are and where we are in our perspectives. Home for me is Inuit Nunangat, which means places where Inuit live. Inuit, where we call home, makes up 35% of all of Canada and 50% of Canada's coastline, which makes Inuit by right the largest landowners in the world. And there's many Inuit in the room here today, so that's where I'm proud to call home. That was just the opening, and I think so many people are totally fired up, and we're going to dive even deeper into bigger questions like governance, supporting each other, grassroots. Yeah, we're just getting started. Can't wait for the rest.
So day one was awesome. We got to hear Caitlin from SOI, and after that we went to our workshops. So I went to a workshop that taught me about tobacco and some of its more traditional uses.
Really the highlight so far today, I think, was the starting of the workshops. And I went to one on dancing, culture, and song. It was outside of my comfort zone, but today we actually got to try hoop dancing as well. And we were doing everything from just picking them up, spinning them on our arms, to making wings and going around. And it got us out of our comfort zones, which I think is really important. So
I just really enjoy working closely with students from all over Canada. So that includes First Nations, Inuit, Métis students. It's really cool for everyone to come together from all the corners of Canada.
It reminds me a lot of the Students on Ice expedition. This is a chance to start taking action and moving forward and really taking the ideas from the expedition and moving them forward and working them and thinking through them. And I think that's very important.
Day one was very amazing in seeing that so many people are coming together on reconciliation and honoring the different ways that reconciliation might have to happen in Canada and elsewhere. And this smudging ceremony was a very perfect way to end day one because it just sets a precedent for the whole conference. Just letting them take in a moment and be spiritual and care for their bodies as they take away the negative aspects and allow for positive energies to come in and just improve their day, improve their moment, or however they feel it will improve them.
Okay, so we're here day two of the Canadian Roots Exchange Conference. We're doing some workshops today. I just got out of the Forgotten Moccasins project with Thomas Barrell. We were looking at photos that Thomas had taken of moccasins that were meant to represent the children of the missing and murdered Indigenous women. Another one of the reasons why I love these delegations and why I love coming to these conferences is just opening up your perspectives and incorporating different questions into the work that you do. You know, how do we approach the topics of reconciliation? I find conferences like these really allow us to reposition our compass and look at things a little bit differently, and this workshop was really cool for that. So.
Okay, serious time. Don't listen.
I'm here with the Students on Ice delegation, and I am interested in learning and help bridge the gap between Indigenous and non-Indigenous relationships. So I'm here to play my own part and also part of Students on Ice. I sat with other Inuit youth this morning in a workshop about Indigenous language retention strategies. And it was really nice and empowering because we got to share our own stories with our relationship to our language. It has been very grounding because we're having these meaningful conversations, and it's nice to share my own perspective as an Inuit youth. And I believe we have a lot to learn from each other, so I say the best way to describe it is very grounding.
So coming here to this CRE conference, I get to meet amazing people from around the country. Meeting people like Jonathan, who's living in Maine, Labrador, having these conversations about their life and what they have to deal with as an Inuit, along with listening to the perspective from different alumni and their experiences over the year, really allowed me to gain a better understanding and appreciation for my personal experience. I'm excited to learn. There's so many amazing workshops happening throughout the day, getting to learn all these new ideas and new perspectives, allow me to really dig into something that I never thought about before. So I'm excited for the possibility of learning.
At the circle, there was dances. Like, it looked very interesting because that was my first time experiencing it. I wanted to come to this conference because I wanted to learn about the Canadian Roots Exchange and also tell them my stories, what got me involved in like these kind of conferences. Like, students are nice, like help me shape my life, from like made me overcome my fears and getting out of my comfort zone.
It could even just be side by side rather than a group, like one person or a group talking.
I think it went really well for us planning it really last minute.
I mean, we planned our presentation the night before in Rachel and Jen's hotel room for about an hour, and we ended at about 11 o'clock at night. So we had, very limited time to get ready, and it all went, wonderfully.
Talked about the misconceptions about Inuit and the stereotypes that we face, and we basically went through a list and corrected them and reaffirmed the ones that were true and gave the reality side to all these things.
We always think about all the change that can happen, and SOI bringing these delegates to this conference, like, that just shows that we're on the right path. More information is being spread out. The Northern voices are being heard at such a big level, so.
That singing is usually between two people, so we're gonna divide the groups like one half here, one half here, and we're gonna have two distinct sounds. So you guys go I can't even keep up
Donc aujourd'hui, on a regardé les performances au spectacle de talent. Puis c'était vraiment le fun. On a regardé nos deux amis, Ashley et Megan, qui ont fait du chant de gorge inuit. Puis c'est leur première fois qu'ils pratiquaient avec nous au souper, puis ils étaient vraiment excellents. J'étais vraiment fier d'eux autres. Fait que c'est ça.
The delegation, it's just this amazing model. You come with a group of people that you don't necessarily know. I don't think I really knew anyone because everyone's from a different expedition. But you become this support network, and so after heavy days you can go back and you can debrief with them, which I think is a really special model to have.
The entire experience has been an awesome, emotional and powerful learning opportunity. At the end of every day I was always just looking forward to returning to the SOI group and sharing what I've learned. It's made me feel really motivated and looking forward to creating an actionable goal from this weekend.
I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling inspired and empowered, and I'm feeling like I'm ready to go back into my community and bring what I've learned and talk to people about the concept of reconciliation and how, we've made some good steps, but there's so much more that we need to do too.
The Alumni Network is so active and powerful as a collective, and seeing them all come together and be pulling this thread that we talk about on Expedition a lot, this conversation of reconciliation, and pulling that through into more alumni opportunities, and seeing them really just take it and run with it has been really cool and really inspiring, and just it reminds us why our alumni program is so valuable.